Okay, to enter marks with Excel, so you choose the academic year. It's normally the running academic year that you have to choose. You choose the term that you are entering mark. We have first term, we have second term, we have third term. Okay, we start by when you select your term, you select your term, any of the term you choose, the class. If you have been assigned a particular class, if you are a teacher, you are going to have access only to the classes that have been assigned to you. You will choose your section, then you will choose the subjects. If you have been assigned just a particular subject, just your subject will appear unless you are administrator like I am right now. So if I choose communicate in English and take fine, I'm going to see the list of the students in this class. I'm going to see the list of the students in this class. So what I need to do is that whatever has been generated here, you need to get the Excel file. This Excel file is specific for this chosen subject, this filtered subject. So whenever you are generating this Excel file and it goes to your computer or you download it, make sure you create a folder. Give that folder a name, communicate in English, because the Excel file that comes from this sample is specific to this subject ID and academic year ID as well as the exam, everything. So once I click on it, it will download in my computer. This is it at the top. So I will open it. Okay, this is the Excel file that I've opened. Let me just expand a little bit here. You see, I've expanded. So we have to be very, very careful. So there are things that we don't have to change. It says system generated, do not change. These are marks. System generated, do not change this portion. So let me first of all explain the part at the top here. We have filtered. This is for a primary school. Okay, this is for a primary school. So if you are to fill marks for a primary school, even if you are dealing with a secondary school, let's understand how the primary school system works. For each subject, you will see the total here. The total is called mark. The total is called mark. Why the obtain is what is your mark out of the total. So out of 10 from this written evaluation, this student had 5. Out of 10 from this 10, he had 10. Out of 10 from this written, he had 5. We go to attitudes. Out of 5 for attitude, he had 4. Out of 5 for attitude, he had 4. Out of 5 for attitude, he had 1. Each of these subjects, they have evaluations, which is written, attitude, practical, oral. So for each term, we need 3 marks for each evaluation. That is why you see mark. This is mark 1, this is mark 2, this is mark 3. Since this subject has 4 evaluations, so we definitely need mark 1 of these 2, we'll need mark 2 of this, then we'll need mark 3 of that. The same with this. So if we go to our Excel file, if we have our Excel file, the whole number of the students are already there for you, which you don't have to change. This mark now that you see here, if you were filling with Excel, this is mark, you put the total. You say if this is on 10, you put 10 here. Just make sure they are all on 10. Because you are filling for communicating English, just make sure they are all on 10. So if they are all on 10 now, it means for this student, maybe he had 5 on 10, he had 7 on 10, the one had 6 on 10, the one had 4 on 10, the one had 9 on 10. Make sure you don't put marks above this. You have defined this. So once you have this, You must not fill this. If you are filling just the first evaluation, this is the first evaluation. It means in a term, we have chosen first term. This is first term. For each term, we have to fill marks 3 times. We have to fill marks 3 times. So if it was a secondary school, just a single column will be enough. But since it is a primary school where we have 4 evaluations in a subject, we have written, we have attitude, we have practical, we have oral. So it means we'll come to attitude here. If attitude was on 5, we'll make sure every student here had 5 as total. 5. Then here now you can put their marks. Maybe they had 4, maybe this one had 2 on 5, maybe he had 0 on 5, maybe he had 1. You have filled the first column of attitude here. You have filled the first column of written. We'll come to this. If maybe practical is on 5, you put 5 there. Make sure every student is on 5. Now, if maybe this one has 0, this one had 2, this one had 5, this one had 5, this one had 5. We'll come again now to the last one, which is mark. Maybe it is on 10. Make sure every student has on 10. On 10. So once it is done, I put the mark. This one had 5 on 10, this one had 9 on 10, this one had 2 on 10, this one had 6 on 10, this one had 8 on 10. So once you have filled in all of this like this column you don't touch. Now you just submit. You save your Excel file here. Then you don't have to click here again. Don't click here. You just click on upload here. You will choose this Excel file that you have saved on your computer, that you have saved. Make sure you save it well. You will choose it. Then you take updates. All the marks that you have entered here, they will automatically fill these boxes for you. The marks will all enter. So you can keep this same Excel file now still in your first term. When it is time for you to submit the second evaluation or the second exam, you just fill this other place, the obtain. You put the total. It means that what for the obtain, if the mark was still a total on 10, normally you make sure it has to be, because if you began with 10 10 10, you must continue with 10 10 10 like this. Same with this one. If you began with 5 as total on 5, you make sure sorry, I'm sorry. There is something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I'm sorry about that. I got confused. We are no more putting totals. We have already defined totals here. These are totals that we have defined. So we simply have to enter the marks on obtain. Here too, we have already defined the total. So we simply have to enter the marks on obtain. Here too, we have already defined the total here. We just have to enter obtain. So when we are done with this first obtain, when it is time for us to submit marks for the second exam, we can just keep this Excel file in our computer instead of coming to generate. Since we have the same ID, you just leave these marks like that. You come and add the other marks that I have in. Maybe for this other exam, this one has 4. Maybe this one had still 4 again. This one had 3. Maybe this one has 0. This one had that. So this is for the second. So you make sure whenever you are filling this one, automatically you have to fill this other one. Automatically too, you have to fill the second one here. Automatically you need to fill this. When it is not time for the third exam as well. So once you fill this and this, now you save again, you can still submit. You just take first semester, you take the various subject, then you come to upload. You upload back the Excel file. You don't generate again unless you want to overwrite everything. You update it. So once that is done, once you have filled everything, all the marks are going to be entered here. So just imagine you have 200 students, you will do that easily. So like I said, if it was for secondary school, you will not see obtain many obtains here, and you will not see attitude, practical. No, maybe you will just see obtain 1, obtain 2. What you just have to fill for the first exam and you fill for the second exam, or you will see just 3. So it will just be something similar. That is how you fill marks with Excel. Let's go back to our dashboard. Still with this stuff, I've explained that. Let's go now at the level of report card and statistics. Depending on the school you have, if you are on the nursery, you will see nursery here. If you are working with the combined system, you will see nursery and primary. Then also you will see secondary. So you will choose any of them depending on which of the schools you want to generate report card for. So if you will take nursery and primary, so the first job down is always for the report card. So explaining this portion to you, we have three filters. We have three filters here. These are evaluations. These are term report cards. Why these are annual report cards? What are evaluations? It means these are the different exams you write to have the first term report cards. Maybe you write sequence 1, sequence 2 to have the first term report cards. Maybe you write exam 1, exam 2 to have the first term report card. Maybe you write exam 1, exam 2, exam 3 to have the first term report card here. So this one in the middle is an average of all of these. This one in the middle gives you the term or semester report card or trimester report card. So this is the term report cards. So if you want to generate report card for the individual exams, the first sequence exam only, you will choose any of the academic year you want. You choose the first term if you want, if that is what you want. You can choose class 1. Then you choose the section, the month. Since it is primary school, that is why you are seeing a month here. If it's a secondary school, you will see sequence 1, sequence 2, sequence 3, or evaluation 1, evaluation 2, evaluation 3, depending on the school type or the report card type. So if you take this one, it means normally UA1, UA2, UA3, they combine this one to make the first term, which is here. But since you want to print individual, you can filter. Here, we will not select a student here because we want to generate report cards for everybody. If you click on a student here, it's going to give you just one report card for this student only. But since if we have 100 report cards to print, are we going to be clicking for each student? No. So just ignore, you just leave this one as such. You take fine. So when you take fine, it gives you a report card for all the students in that class. If you look here, enrollment is 5. If I should zoom, enrollment, there are 5 students in this class. So if you look, it gives you the students average, the position 3 on 5, the highest in class, lowest in class, class average, and the rest. It gives you some statistics. How many people had marks from 10 to 15? 3 people. How many people had marks from 15 to 18? 1. How many had marks from 18 to 21? So it gives you some statistics. The signature of the director, school principal automatically appears there. You can interpret everything from here. Schools know better. So the report card design can be changed depending on your school. So as you scroll, you will see that of other students that are all there with their positions, with their stuff. These marks can be sent to WhatsApp, they can be sent to email. There are many options that will appear. So that is how you generate it. So if you go to previous page, if you go to our previous page, the one at the middle here is what now you will use. You will use if you want to print, but the term report card, that is a combination of this and this and this divided by something. Why this one is the average of all the terms. It means term 1, term 2, term 3 divided by 3 will give you what will generate here. It will give you a different report card. So that is how you print report cards. Let's continue again. Here we have statistics. With these statistics, so as not to delay, here it will, when you click there, you will still have those filters that I've explained. With a filter, you will be able to filter based on evaluations, based on term, based on annual report card. It means this one is going to give you the first 3 students in the whole school, the last 3 students in the whole school. It is also going to give you the best 3 students in each class and the last 3 students in each class. Why this analysis? Analysis is so sophisticated. It is going to give you analysis of students who had maybe averages less than 10, those who had from 10 to 15, those who had from 15 to 20. It will give you the enrollment statistics, number of girls who pass, number of boys who pass, number of girls who had marks less than 15, number of girls who had marks above 15, number of girls who passed, number of boys who passed. So it's so advanced. So here too, you can generate the report, the transcript. Maybe a student left your school, he graduated, he wants maybe his report card, like transcript of Form 3, Form 4, Form 5. Or lower and upper seed, here you can generate your transcript. You can send the marks to email, SMS if you have an SMS bundles. So there are so many things about that. So that is just how you get your statistics. Okay, let's talk about